My name is Shelby Johnson, and I'm from Portland, Oregon, and I was nominated by Henry B. Events, and I'm one of the 2017 Brand Ambassadors of the Year. I've been a brand ambassador for almost 5 years. I started as a brand ambassador through a hiring agency in Portland who was working with Henry B. Events at the time, and they hired me for a 5-month-long tour for Tillamook cheese, going all around the West Coast, Texas, Utah, Arizona, with a team of 6 brand ambassadors from Oregon and a couple of managers. And I was driving a cheese bus around, and we were doing activations sampling cheese at different grocery stores. When I found out I was nominated, at first I didn't know what to think, actually, because I got a phone call from my account manager saying, "Congratulations, you won!" And I was like, what is this? What's going on? But then as soon as I started realizing like what it was and what it meant, it was a huge deal for me, because the fact that the people at my company like set the time aside to go and write all these things up about me and nominate me for this was a huge deal. Like, we all work crazy hours there, and we're all always in the trenches together, and most people don't even have time for their own personal lives, let alone to like sit down and really think through and like write something up on me. It was really cool. My favorite part about being a brand ambassador is working with people and having that face-to-face interaction, and being able to educate people, and also just expanding my own skills as far as like how to interact with people, because people are so different and you really have to be good at reading people when you're doing this kind of job. One of my favorite memories as a brand ambassador was actually recently. I just got done doing a month-long tour throughout 3 different markets in Texas. And in our last market in Austin, we were at a store activation where we were sampling Tillamook cheese. But we always park a promotional vehicle out front. It's a 1959 VW bus. And there was this couple driving by that were like die-hard Tillamook fans. And they saw our little bus parked out and like pulled over. The wife was like telling the husband, like, "We gotta stop." And so they like pulled over and came in, found us in the back of the grocery store. And they were just ecstatic that we were there. And they told me actually that they drive like 200 miles round trip to go buy our ice cream because it's not in their city, and like was telling me all this stuff. And they spent at least a half an hour with me at the activation. They also went out by the bus. We took tons of photos. They did a video for me. And they told me, she actually specifically told me that as soon as like she saw us there and got to like start hanging out with us, that she felt like family was in town, because she's that close to that brand. And then just having the interaction with us, she was like, "Oh my gosh, it feels like family just got here." Like, she was so touched. And for me, that is such a huge deal, that like we can make that big of an impact on somebody. Like, obviously the brand has already made that big of an impact on her, and we can just further that connection with them by having that interaction with her. So the fact that they wanted to spend half an hour with me at our little event was awesome, and the fact that she felt so touched also touched me. So that was one of my more favorite times. I love those times. For somebody who's starting out and wants to work as a brand ambassador, I would say learn as much as you can. Get your hands on as many opportunities as you can to diversify your skills, and honestly be like a sponge. Push yourself to learn the brand as much as possible. Like, go above and beyond what you're tasked with, and always try to exceed expectations. Also, just generally work really hard.